Funny, angry women. That's who we're talking about this week.
Because we love them.
And we're drinking some black tea with Japanese apple flavor.
Anger has not always been a positive attribute in women.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a long, long history of minimizing, dismissing, pathologizing women's anger.
This happens in different ways for women of different ethnicities, too, for sure.
Yeah, whether you infantilize them or whether you exoticize them. But regardless of the specifics of how anger in women has been treated, it's never been a good thing.
No. Or something we're allowed to have until now.
We really do feel like the tide towards anger is shifting just a little bit.
With 3 wonderful comedians.
Samantha Bee,
Jessica Williams, and Constance Wu.
because of their sort of unique abilities to make their anger funny in a way in which we aren't laughing at them, but with them.
It's a weird kind of funny, right? It's a cathartic funny.
At least for us.
At least for us. You know, they're often just saying facts with comedic rhythm to it.
Yeah.
And we end up laughing. Honestly, for me, sometimes it's just to hear the facts out loud stated as though they are true facts and not something I'm imagining or something that I've experienced that someone else is telling me isn't real. Just to hear a woman on television say these things, there is a catharsis in that.
Yeah, they don't even have to make it a joke. And sometimes they don't even say it with comedic rhythm. Sometimes they just flat out yell it.
Yeah.
And it's still so wonderful and so funny. And I love that women, white women and women of color, are sort of now being allowed to be angry in this way.
It's creating a new outlet for anger that is very healthy, and it invites others to do the same.
It's infectious.
Oh,
it just,
God.
I mean, that catharsis is so long in coming that I can't watch enough of these women.
Oh my God.
Everything they say is completely hypnotic to me. In the case of Samantha Bee and Jessica Williams, they're themselves on a talk show. Their jokes are scripted, but they're not playing a character. And Constance Wu's character on Fresh Off the Boat is playing like this angry housewife, but like in a way that angry housewives have never ever been portrayed before, because they always used to be the nag,
The shrew.
yeah, their anger was the joke.
Yeah.
Instead,
Oh, she got so worked up. Look at how ridiculous she is.
yeah, now the anger is at the joke.
We're with her.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, and even when she's wrong in such a way that's relatable.
Yeah. And Constance Wu, the actress,
Has some delicious anger,
oh
too.
my God. She is definitely unleashing the anger, the cathartic anger out there on the internet, and it's beautiful.
And it is not alienating
No.
people in the way that historically that kind
Yeah.
of anger would.
I mean,
would
maybe it's
do.
alienating some people, but it's very inclusive for women.
And maybe it's alienating them, but like it's not doing so in a big public way. Like
Yeah.
they're sort of shamed back to their little corner of where
Yeah.
they live,
Yeah.
which is fine with us.
I mean, really, they're just like saying facts because the world we live in is so
funny.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous that this stuff is true.
And to me, this is what is meant by nothing is off limits.
Yeah.
To me, this is what is meant by edgy comedy, comedy that tells the truth, comedy that shines a light.
Yes.
This is not comedy that is hurting anyone. Like, this is anger that's not violent.
No.
It's not targeting people who have already been targeted.
Yeah.
And yet, it's still edgy. And it's all the funnier.
So, I guess we're ready to read Alexa Apply with an army.
What else can be said?
I want to give all of them armies,
Of course, always.
but I think I'd like to read Samantha Bee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, why doesn't she have a book yet? Does she? Does she have a book? But
I'd
anyway.
like to read the newspaper.
Anytime something happens in the news, I want to know what she's going to say about it.
Yeah.
That's the truth. Anything.
Yeah.
Anything. I want to elect Constance Wu.
Yeah.
I think she would be so powerful with some real government backing. You know, she's ready to make real change.
She really is.
In our industry.
Yes. If only we could
I would-
elect her as like president of Fox, right? Imagine if those were elected positions.
If she ran for SAG anything, I
God.
would elect her instantly.
Yeah.
And which means, oh my God, General Jessica Williams. We are so here for that. I think she was the first one, even though Samantha Bee had been on The Daily Show for a really long time, she wasn't really allowed the slack of the leash.
Honestly, Jessica Williams revitalized The Daily Show.
Watching her on The Daily Show, even when Jon Stewart was still there,
Yes.
and she was like the originator of this, I'm just going to look at the camera and say some real shit, and it's going to be funny, but I'm going to do it, and I'm going to be angry about it.
She is so sharp. From
And
the
I love
instant she's
it.
on the show. It's incredible. It's like, it's just, you can't believe she's saying these things on television. That's edgy.
Yeah. Even though there's a series of writers behind her, like her face and her voice saying, stand your ground. It's like bleach. It's wonderful for your whites, but wreaks havoc on your colors. Like,
It's
give that woman an entire army.
Yeah.
Give her 6.
yeah. All right.